So like growing up, like going through everything that was going on, like I always told myself and realized over time, like since I was 12, that I'll always be alone. And no matter what, I'll be alone. And then if I'm gonna do this shit, like I'm gonna do it myself, because nobody else is gonna help me. And like that's why I want to make it happen so bad, to be at the top and be able to prove to everybody like I did this. Like you didn't help me with this shit, like I did it. And like my like name and like the music and everything, like because of my past and like everything that I have been through, like it's made me realize that like my music is like an entire story, like to help like anybody. So like when I write my music, like I make sure they're hearing like my pain from my past, and like hearing like how I felt like when I was in that room, like all alone, like all of us, like late night, like lights off, you just laying in your bed, like how I felt realizing that like my family falling apart, this or that, like whatever's going on in your life. Like when I was realizing that, I was like, I want people to hear this in my voice. So actually, Dior Gior, like Gior comes from my last name, because my last name is Giordano, and it's named after the Jordan River. If like you got, it's a whole other thing. It's whole looking into type shit. But I came up with Gior because like I knew like if I went into this shit, like I wanted people to like remember my name and like my family name, because like that's so important when like you go into like an industry or something. It's like what are you gonna showcase yourself as? You know what I mean? And I wanted people to see like my family's name, because I feel like my family's been through shit, like straight shit. So I feel like putting that on a billboard like would just change everything, like and put a smile on like my family and my like close friends, like when I grew up like as a kid type shit, like it put a smile on the face for like later on. I'll just always remember like yeah, we are something like Jordanos, So yeah. That's how I wanted to, yeah. But I grew up in Pennsylvania. Like I was born in Maryland, grew up in Pennsylvania, and then left Pennsylvania when I was 10 and stayed in Maryland because my parents got divorced when I was 10 years old. And then just lived in Maryland. I went to 3 different high schools, like straight my entire life, just been moving around like everywhere. Like so I'm always meeting like new people and like talking to new people and like everything, like new experiences, always taking it in. And I was just always a kid like sitting back and just watching everything. And like that's why like where I am now, like that's why I see everything like as fucked up as it is, like because it is, you know what I mean? Everybody got their secrets, like everybody a liar, everybody insane. That's how it is.
Yeah, and the older you get, the more you realize, like
exactly.
Like,
hey, well, it's because the older you get, the more time goes on, like the more you see, the more you go through, the more experience like you can. Oh, definitely. My entire life, like no matter what, like music was the only way that I felt like I was free, like, and I was out, like, of this world. You know what I mean? Because like growing up as a kid and like all of this going on, also with a big family, being the middle child, and there's 7 of us, like I was not like prioritized. You know what I mean? And like when you see a kid with a dream, like you should take advantage of it. But like when you have that many kids, you can't like help that many kids with their dreams. So like growing up, like going through everything that was going on, like I always told myself and realized over time, like since I was 12, that I'll always be alone. And no matter what, I'll be alone. And then if I'm gonna do this shit, like I'm gonna do it myself, because nobody else is gonna help me. And like that's why I want to make it happen so bad, to be at the top and be able to prove to everybody like I did this. Like you didn't help me with this shit, like I did it. And like my like name and like the music and everything, like because of my past and like everything that I have been through, like it's made me realize that like my music is like an entire story, like to help like anybody. So like when I write my music, like I make sure they're hearing like my pain from my past, and like hearing like how I felt like when I was in that room, like all alone, like all of us, like late night, like lights off, you just laying in your bed, like how I felt realizing that like my family falling apart, this or that, like whatever's going on in your life. Like when I was realizing that, I was like, I want people to hear this in my voice. Personally, I hate social media. I hate the fact that it was brought into this world, because like it controls our minds and how we think, especially growing up as an individual. Like people like my age and shit, like when you first turn like 10, like that's like mid stage, and then like you realize you're like on social media and everybody's judging you, like every single person, like based off of a picture or whatever word you say, and it means so much to represent who you are when nobody knows you. And that's why I entirely hate social media. But if I had to pick like my favorite thing, it would probably be like SoundCloud, of course, because it's so like underground, and also like Loom too. It's like an underground like artist thing that like barely anybody knows about, but like people on those two platforms are so supportive and like continuously like listen to artists that they like enjoy. Like a new artist, like they'll continuously listen to that person because like they like them, you know what I mean? And I've just seen through like my SoundCloud and my Loom too, like they'll comment the most deepest messages like to me, and like I make sure like I read all those like down little social media things. Like I make sure I read it all because like that's somebody, you know what I mean? And like that right there just hits me on the deepest level. And I've always seen like SoundCloud as in a different way, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, SoundCloud. I definitely understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I also feel like TikTok is like that too.
TikTok too, yeah.
I feel because, like I said, my friend Joe is pretty big on TikTok or whatever. Sometimes like I watch his videos, go through the comments, like even if somebody like says something negative, like there'll be other people like, bro, like what's your problem?
Yeah,
like
I realized that about my TikTok. Like I've made a couple of TikToks where people are just like, bro, like stop saying, like why are you even doing this? And like there's people who will comment right back and be like, he's good, like he's doing something, like. And then I go on like his page, or like they go on his page and they're like, what have you done? Like you're not posting anything. And then that's when it brings it right back to like a judgment thing. You know what I mean? But like people give a lot of respect to people that hustle on TikTok and stuff, and like see that they're following their dreams. And like me personally, like when on my TikTok, I like to pour out my heart, like just straight up pour out my heart. It's like I can take a 15-second video of me just freestyling because I know I can freestyle, so I'm just gonna spit it. Like I'm gonna show them the truth, like what's coming off of my mind, like in that exact second, and like they feel it. So like that's what I want to put out, what people will feel. You know what I mean? And that's, I mean, I'm not surprised like a video blew off or this or that, because like that's real. You know, like people want real. You don't have me in my feelings for a second or something?
Yeah, do. No, but for real, I want to know, like, is there like a really like a legit underlying meaning to this song? Or is it just
yeah, there's a big meaning to this song, actually. Like, a deep, deep meaning. Because, shit. I was in a relationship with this girl, like, out of nowhere. Completely out of nowhere. I just gotten out of a relationship and went out with my friends. And I was driving, and my friend was like, yeah, come on, pick up these girls. And I was like, all right. So I picked up these girls. They hop in my car, and then this one girl, one of the girls, like, sitting right in the back seat, like, just changed my mind, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, damn. And then we started dating and shit, and like I had never loved somebody as much as I loved her. And until her, I felt like I couldn't love. You know what I mean? And we were together, and it was just like a crazy kind of love. You know what I mean? Like she understood everything I would say, yeah, everything I was going through. And I understood everything she was going through because she was like younger than me. And like we related on a completely different level than anybody else would with me. So when it came to me and her, we broke up because a bunch of shit, like, you know, life does what it does. And like I felt like I lost my only friend, you know what I mean? And then like I felt like the whole time while we were together, the only thing that she was doing to me was holding me back. So like I'd have made sure, like in the song, like it was such a journey. I had to explain how much of a journey it was to like achieve something like this, and then like how horrible like it felt to lose something like this, and like how it's like you have your best friend, and then they're let go, but like then again they're holding you back in the same way. So it's like you don't have them, but they're still stuck with you. You can't get rid of it. Also in the song, I want to talk about like when I was spitting the lyrics and stuff, like, and I was writing them down, I was like, shit, I want to throw like a little part in, like to like back off of myself. You know what I mean? And it goes like, is it real? Is it real? Is it real love? And it's like, I threw that, is it real love? Because like I was questioning my love with her like the entire time. Like when I was with her, I was like, is this real love? Or is this just like some childish ass love? Like, because you don't know, you know what I mean? But in the back of my mind, it's like, time will do its thing no matter what. Like if I'm meant to be with her, like 5 years come where I'm meant to be, you know what I mean? Like she'll be there. She meant to be there. I would say that it's beautiful. It came to like very quick, out of nowhere from my perspective. The way I viewpoint the cover art and like would describe it is the woman was a sexy fucking woman. And she was like a dime piece kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, even without all the makeup and everything. Like, it was like, you look at a natural beauty. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, beauty and beast type shit. And, like, that's why I see, like, the heel. You know what I mean? And then, like, the blood dripping down from the whole thing is my insides. You know? And it's covered. You know? From my blood. And, like, I love the fucking, like, cutout things from the newspapers, like how to put the text like that and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that shit. I love how it looked. And yeah, he just brought it to life, like straight up, like it's just me and her, and it's just two lovers, you know what I mean? Like, but fucked up love. That's it. For me, I see it as my only way of life. Like, if I don't do this for myself, I'll feel like nothing, complete, like nothing. Because, like, I feel like I'm meant here. Like, I'm meant to be here to do this. And, I feel like it will happen, you know? Because, like, it's just real as shit, you know? It's just different. It just feels different. And, like, what I would say to, like, kids that are younger and shit, too. Like, if you're younger doing this shit, like, don't stop doing that shit. Because you have so much time on your hands. Like, beyond amount of time on your hands. Which is why I started doing this shit so young. Because, like, I realized I can work, I can pay my bills, and then all this extra time while I'm sleeping around or playing Xbox or whatever, like, I could be doing something else. And, like, on top of making my music, school, like, college for HVAC, and then work, like, that much, I started making my own shirts and, like, my own brand. Because I came up with this idea in class. Like, and I was like, we're all fucking sad. Like, straight up. And if you look at it, it's two frowny faces. And then on the back, I have designs, different designs that I all came up with too from my mind. Because it's like, I wanted to put this shit on a shirt, you know? And how can I make money? How can I find another way to make money? And just sold shirts. And yeah, like just fit a bunch of shit in. And when it comes to like looking at like the whole following my dreams, like I don't want to do anything else with this. I'll sleep on a fucking couch. I'll sleep on the floor. I'll die on the road doing this shit. Like, and they're going to see it. Like, I'm going to make sure they're going to see it. Like,
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I hope you took that in as, like, yeah, like.
Yeah. Because no matter, all my entire life, so many people have tried to bring me down. Even my brother, like my closest brother, literally 18 months apart, like, told me I sucked. Like, I suck at singing. Like, just stop doing that shit. When I first started making a YouTube channel and all that. Like, everybody told me I couldn't do it. But I knew I had something in me. I knew music was something. Like, music is special. Very special.
Was there like one specific moment where, like, was it always just growing up like that's what I want to do, or was there like one specific moment where you were like, all right, that's it, I'm going?
No, I was 6 years old. I saw fucking Justin Bieber on the TV. I saw him performing on stage, like singing, doing this, and like just like the way he was singing and shit. I was like, fuck, like, what the hell? That's so cool. Like, that is so cool. Like, I want to do that so bad. Like, and I would look at everything else, and I never had any similar feeling, like, a bit of like doing any other job. Like in school right now for HVAC, that's because it's a backup thing. Like, I don't want to fucking do that shit. Think I want to be in HVAC for 40 years of my life, like fixing people's AC? Like, no, no, I don't. I would define success as whatever is good enough for you, and for you to be content in this world. That is success. Without having to like worry about all the extra things like this and that. Like, you know, like if you have a house, you have a family, like it's not more you can really ask for. Like people who care about you, you know what I mean? Yeah. There's just so much more in this world that needs to be done, you know what I mean? And like people with so much drive. Like in order for sorry, I'll give you the right word, desire. We all have so much desire. And we will continue to like desire more because nothing will ever be good enough, you know? That's how our world is. So I don't think there's a point of success. Mm-hmm. I feel like as soon as you have achieved success in your mind, no matter what, you're going to want more, and it will over time destroy you because all you are is a search of a desire, and when you have no more desire, you're nothing.
Yo, it's Dior Gior. This is rebleTV. I'll catch y'all. Stay safe. Yeah.